Well, this is all very unexpected. It's not often that I find myself agreeing with Boris Johnson, but tonight I do. A few days ago, I released a video talking about a document that had been doing the rounds on the internet that purported to be a leaked document outlining the very specific plan for easing and eventually coming out of lockdown. A plan that had very specific illustrations of the changes that would be made and very specific dates upon which those changes would happen. And my argument, of course, was that if you are planning so far in advance, and we were talking until the autumn, then you're not being guided by science, you're not taking account of what's actually happening, and therefore you're not really interested in saving lives so much as in getting the country working again, and those people who die would just be collateral. That was the tone of the video that I made, and to be honest, whilst I wasn't sure whether that document was true or not, a point I did make in the original video, I didn't think it would be too far off the mark either way. I'm happy to say that I was completely wrong, because actually, when Boris Johnson gave his rather royal style pre-recorded address to the nation, it was very clear that rather than having dates, what he gave us was a set of levels, rather like threat levels, you might think, in the case of terrorist threat, but of course this is threat from a virus. And the levels will change according to circumstance, and they can go up or down depending upon what happens with indicators such as cases, new deaths, the capacity of services like the NHS to cope with the situation that they have. It was actually very sensible, very fluid, not at all rigid, nicely flexible, and about as good as we could have hoped for, I think. So, the upshot is no immediate end to the lockdown. I don't think that's any great surprise to most of us. There are a few numpties, of course, who are acting as if the lockdown's already finished, and I'm happy to say that the government is going to increase the amount of money that they will be fined for breaching those lockdown rules. Other than that, we're still where we are. The circumstances are going to be eased somewhat. We are going to be able to have more time outside, and we can even actually stop when we're outside, as long as we maintain social distancing, and we're certainly not going to be able to have group meetings with people outside of our own household. But nonetheless, the easing will begin imminently, in stages, and if Boris is to be believed, we will go up and down those stages depending upon what happens. So far so good, can't say fairer than that. We'll be watching, of course, but yeah, good one, Boris.